Criminology, a class issue in America. Research studies that criminology is basing somebody off their stereotypical ways or their ethnicity or skin color, which quotes them as a criminal. If you are black, you are a criminal. If you are Hispanic, you are a criminal. If you are Caucasian, you will not be quoted as a criminal.
No, I do not think that criminality is an issue of class. People who are going to be criminals will be criminals because they prefer to take the easy way than the hard way. Historically, rich people have been known to commit just as many crimes as poor people. They just don't get caught because they have the money to retain fancy lawyers and buy the legal system. Poor people don't. So
the question is criminality a class issue in America? No, I do not believe criminality is a class issue because there is blue-collar crime, white-collar crime, there is violent crime, there is technology crime, computer crime, so it doesn't really have to do with class.
So I do believe that our criminal system, our justice system, totally relies upon how much money you do make. If you're a rich person, you can hire the best lawyers and therefore you can get off on a crime. If you're poor, you're given a public defendant and often they don't try as hard because they're not getting paid. So I think money totally drives our judicial system. If you're rich, you're more likely to get away with a crime in the United States.
I believe that criminality is not a class issue because it's not really, it's like breaking laws isn't really based on whether your socioeconomic class is high or low. It's more about like the situation you're in or your morals or like what you believe is the right thing to do to like break a law or not. I don't believe that people are just born criminals. I think that if anyone, whether they're rich or poor, was placed into a situation that they had to break a law, I'm pretty sure that either of them would do it. It's not really just on someone that was brought up with like less money or something. Like I just think it goes both ways and either any class could commit a crime.
I believe criminality is a class issue as most people who become criminals are in a lower socioeconomical status and thus class. Unfortunately, because a higher percentage in these classes commit crimes which they feel is out of need or survival, this segment of the population doesn't allow Americans to be of one class.
Is criminality a class issue in America? The way I see it is people focus more on these two specific races in America, such as being African American or Hispanic, even though all races does crimes. Also, it has to do with your socioeconomic status. People who are in need for money, food, protection, or other needs, these people are more likely to do a crime. But along the way, these specific people will cross with something that they see and know that they can't have, and these people will do specific crimes just to have it for their own needs. But people will not always be good, and at some point in life, we will always be human that makes mistakes.
I believe that criminality in America is a class issue, primarily because crime rates in low-income areas are far higher than in wealthy areas, and because poor people are more likely to be caught and thrown in jail than a wealthy person is because they can't post bail or afford good lawyers. I think that different classes just have different reasons for committing crimes. If you're poor, a lot of times it's necessity, and if you're rich, it's driven by something like greed. And the way the police and justice system deals with these different classes makes it more difficult for the lower class.